Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Lisa Richardson.
And I'm Catherine Maedeman.
And today we're coming to you from the City Hall of Beaufort with quite a crew.
We do. We have firefighters. We're going to talk to some city officials. So who's on our list?
First up, we have our Fire Chief and Deputy Fire Chief, Mr. Reece Bertholf and Mr. Tim Ogden.
And also we're going to speak to is Ross Vizan, who is the Chief of Training. We have Clint Holmes, who is a Senior Firefighter, and Rhonda Carey, who is the Event Tour Operations Coordinator for the city.
So don't miss this very informative episode of 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Low Country comes to speak.
.843 TV, where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV, coming to you from the Beaufort City Hall, and today we have a special treat, and we're going to be talking with our Fire Chief and our Deputy Fire Chief of the Beaufort Port Royal Fire Departments, Tim and Reece. Good to see you, men.
You too, thank you.
Morning. Well, there's a lot happening this summer, and you all are involved with so much, but just break down for us a little bit about the Beaufort Port Royal Fire Department.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that I like to talk about most in my role as Fire Chief, and that is it's a shining example of intergovernmental cooperation whereby the two municipalities of the City of Beaufort and the Town of Port Royal come together to jointly provide fire service for their citizens. Where oftentimes you'll see municipalities separate their ways and provide services from their central locations. For more than 20 years, these two municipalities have done it together, and I've been talking about it over the last couple of years. We've done some things with agreements and arrangements for new facilities that will probably forge this relationship well into the future. We're talking 15 or 20 years of stability in the relationship between the municipalities to provide fire service for the citizens of the City of Beaufort and Town of Port Royal, and it's really, really an amazing thing to be a part of and something that we're very proud of.
So you're building buildings together?
Absolutely. Our most recent build out on Highway 170, which most people that come to Beaufort either to visit, work, play, or stay notice, because it's got two great big red doors right on the side of the highway and says Beaufort Port Royal above those doors. And we recently opened that fire station about 18 months ago, and it was a joint project between the municipalities in order to provide fire service in those areas in the city and town along Highway 170.
How many stations do you have in the greater Beaufort area?
We have 4 stations that we're responsible for. We have one on Rebo Road at the north end of the road. We have a newer fire station next to the bowling alley on Rebo Road. And then we also have a fire station on Paris Avenue in Port Royal, and then a new fire station on Highway 170. So
there's another thing, a wave that's coming along, fire sprinklers in our homes. I want to talk about that. So tell me, they're so important to have. Tell me more of the details of what we want to do to have them in our home.
Yeah, they are. They're the new wave of fire safety in homes. Hopefully in the future they'll be as common as smoke alarms are in your home. There's a little misconception about them from what we see on TV. They don't all go off all at the same time. They don't wet your whole house down. They're contained to the fire area. They control the fire, control those superheated gases, give occupants a chance to get out of the home safely.
And there's a service for this. There's a business out there that will come in and install these sprinklers.
The move at the state level is to get them where plumbers and more vendors can install them, because they're essentially just like your domestic water lines, but they provide fire protection as well.
Oh. Most homes, would you say most homes do not have sprinkler systems in them?
Or now they do not, right?
Okay.
It's common that the newer homes, some remote homes get them installed, like Fripp Island, some areas like that have them installed currently, but it's in the fire code to be the new wave of fire safety in the future.
Yeah, I would think so. So much of what you all do is educate the community on things like this. Another big thing is the infant car seats. I understand so many of the infant car seats are not installed properly. So tell us how you can help the average parent in that case.
Absolutely. We have multiple customer service relation initiatives at the City of Beaufort, Town of Port Royal Fire Department, and probably one of the ones that's most touching and enduring to the community is the ability to come to the fire station and get a properly installed child safety seat. Now you have to bring your safety seat, and you bring the instructions with the safety seat, and we have trained technicians that will sit there with you and go over the proper installation, how to check it, how to make sure that it stays installed properly once you put it in, and then make sure that your child is appropriately sized, and how long you should be able to expect to be able to use those child safety seats.
You know, I read somewhere that 50% of child seats are not properly installed in your car.
Yeah, that's correct. There's a majority of them out there that don't understand the safety features of the car seat and how to correctly install it, and that's what we're here to provide that service to help
That's a
them.
great service. Recommend that one for sure.
Yes.
So let's move forward. Hurricane season. We've had few
scary
of
word.
those. Oh, no, sorry to say them so soon. It's only June, but plans. What's happening now? I'm sure there's new plans in place since our last couple of years.
Yeah, we just began hurricane season, but as you know, it's a full year of planning that goes involved in it. So we want to make sure everyone has the most up-to-date information, provide them with the safety plans, evacuation plans, everything they need to know to prepare for our upcoming hurricane season.
And how will they access this? They go on a website? Where do they get the information?
Yeah, we have the city's website can point you in that right direction, our Facebook page, or Beaufort County Emergency Management also provides a lot of details on hurricane season.
The biggest thing as fire chiefs for the city of Beaufort and town of Port Royal that we want to leave our citizens with is the most important thing that you can do is have a personal plan.
Yeah.
Know where you want to get, and part of your plans are going to be, where am I going to get my information? How am I going to make my decisions once it's time to leave or evacuate? And where am I going to go when I'm going to evacuate? If you put those three components together in a plan, you're head and shoulders above the rest that will be making them last minute. The final components that you need to be worried about are ensuring you have proper documentation of your property, of your belongings, and know that it's going to be a difficult process should we actually have a wide-scale disaster where we have property loss. We've been very, very fortunate in Beaufort County to date. Even though we've had some significant events, we have not had wide-scale property loss and devastation. We've weathered these storms very, very well. And we're hopeful and optimistic for the future that we will continue to do that. But if you put that key component into the final piece of your plan to make sure that your personal belongings, your property is properly documented and insured, then you have a greater chance of a quicker recovery should we have widespread destruction.
And take that information with you.
Absolutely.
That's
Take it
important. We
with
forget
you.
that as well.
Take it with
You know, there's so much great information here, and go to the website. But I want to say thank you for joining us, and
Thank you.
we'll be right back with more 843 TV.